Right, we're setting up on the rotor table. What I've done is I've centred the rotor table in the middle by this piece of equipment here. This rotor table's got an a Morse taper, an MT2 taper. So we drop that into the taper and gone around here. I've also done it via the hole as well, so externally and internally. I've put the cog on, as you can see, and the cog's on a bearing case, same as that. So that's just a bearing case. Bearing cases are, are always, I've not measured it to be fair, but bearing cases are pretty odd. And this is the sort of thing I use on the press for pressing through. They're hard door knockers, and they're square. So we're nice and square in the middle now, and I'm just made these little box clamps to clamp it down. When it goes on Allen's shaper, it'll be sat on its edge here, so this will be vertical, not horizontal. I'm just tightening it down now, as you can see. I didn't film it all, maybe I should have done, but you can see the setup. Now that's saying it's wads out at the minute. I could have moved something, so I'm going to have to slacken it off and just tap it around. But let's just have a look, see what the mill says. Ooh. Yeah, again the mill's saying it's wads out. So what I'll do is, we know this is centred to the mill. It doesn't really matter, I think, if this isn't. But what I'll do is I'll centralise this by tapping it around so it's in the middle. So if we slacken it off, gravity works. And then we'll see if we can tap it around a bit. So if we find so that's saying it's over this way. Okay, so if we was to, gone the wrong way, haven't I? Sorry. So that's our lowest point there, and that's the highest point. It's got to make its opposite there. So if we tap that back, halfway-ish, let's have another look, because I forgot what it was. Oh, now we're going round and round in circles. Try again. So that's our lowest point there. We're getting somewhere now, aren't we? Can you see that gauge? think that light's blowing it out, isn't it? Sorry about that. Let's move the light. Oops, sorry. Right, let's probably see it now. Right, this is the lowest point here. So if we just set that to 0 a minute. This is a metric gauge, by the way. I don't normally work in metric, but it's the only one I could get at the time, I think. So that's 1/4 millimetre, 15. So half of 15 is 7.5. So if we pop that across, that way, innit? Roughly 7.5. Set our 0. And then go again. So if we find the lowest point, you can do it on the ice pointer anyway. There. This is a high point now. So we're not too far out of that. So we just need to go back just that way. Roughly halfway. It's just like setting a 4-jaw up. Okay. Do it the way around this time. We'll do it on the ice point. So that's the ice point. That's the lowest. So we just want to go back a little bit halfway. Zero again. That's the highest. It's just low there. Halfway. Highest. Lowest. Halfway. Just low there a little bit. Set the mill off now and just see. No, I think that's pretty good. Right, we're over at Al's. We've got one more to do, and this is a setup. You can see on the shaper. I'm just going to index it for the last time. Put the locks on. Now ready to go. The dial indicators, because the tool bit is not wide enough to cut it all in one, we're cutting down to depth, moving it across 73 thou that way, then back to centre, 73 thou this way, and then that's giving us our splines. I'm sorry about the handheld video, but I haven't brought a tripod with me, but you can see the little shaper, and hopefully in a minute we'll be able to watch it going.
Right, so 0, 0, yeah?
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe that, would you? Right, 0, 0, Robert.
Yeah.
Scratch. Should be any time. Not yet. Not yet, about now. Should just start with a scratch.
Yeah.
Now the tool's really blunt now.
Yeah, rising into it.
Yeah, so it's actually doing this last one. Load of water at the bottom of the tank. And we make it last that last bit. That sounds like water's come down that way.
We're cracking.
Well, it's run out of oil in the bottom of the tank, that'll be about right.
it romantic? It's lovely, isn't it?
You're using the word romantic with two blokes in a shed at 10 o'clock on a freaking Wednesday night.
I'm in the machine.
Minus about 6 just the other side of that wooden door. Romantic.
Well, I mean the machine's romantic.
Hypnotic, maybe.
Hypnotic, yeah.
Not romantic. Well, I suppose. Depends what floats your boat. Oh, hey, look, camera stand. Mill to go yet, but it's struggling a bit, isn't it? It's lost its edge now.
Yeah.
Oh, that one cut it.
Done well.
It's done all the others, hasn't it?
What do you say, it's carbide, Al?
Yeah. I'm beginning to think though that this kind of thing lends itself to high-speed steel with cobalt in it better than carbide. You can just make it that much sharper.
Yeah.
Half a mil to go. Just about there, I think, Rob.
Looks it. One or two.
Just let that black itself out. Right. Right, so 73 we'll come across.
Way across.
Yeah. Zoomed in a bit too much.
Can we see your hand at that turn in there?
Because the edge has gone on it, I'm only putting in a few hundredths of a millimetre each turn, so you'll not really see a lot. As soon as this is the last one, we'll try and make it to the end, yeah?
Yep. Hopefully.
Half a mil to go. It's not that bad actually, even though the cutter's been blunt.
No, it's not as blunt as we probably think.
Oh, it is. It's lost, yeah, it's lost its edge. But what I mean is, it's still not taking two. That's it, mate. Should be down.
Yeah, it looks it.
Oh.
Right, wind it back. 73 thou. 73 thou the other way, and this is the last cut, yeah?
Yeah. We'll do it now. Are we touching? Here we are now. Gotta get yourself one of these, mate.
Yeah.
If you get a night where you can't sleep, you know, you just come out, turn it on and sit on top of it.
Rock yourself to sleep.
Yeah, put it on its slow feed and just tie your chair on it and sit on it.
To be honest with you, it's taking some good slices.
Well, it's 0.1 of a mil every time, pretty much.
Yeah, it's curling them out nicely, to be fair.
We're virtually there, boy.
Yeah, looks it to me.
0.1 of a mil left. That should be about your lot.
Final cut.
The final countdown, eh? Well, if it doesn't fit, we've made it look like it might want to one day.
Well, I've got a spare one, so we can always put a spare one on and do round 2.
Right.
Well, we've no choice but to take it off, have we?
Well, we ain't going to find out any other way, are we, if it fits? I'm just thinking.
Is there any way we can mark it up?
Well, no, because you can't take it off the rotary table because then that's then not central to that, is it?
No, I wondered once we've took it off the
Well, if we
shape
take this off, I mean, at least that's going to still be true with this, so we just have to indicate this back in if we put it back on, won't we?
Yeah. I would know exactly where to put it.
Good question. Well, let's hope it fits, otherwise you're going to be doing a hell of a lot of filing.
Alright. We're not going to mark it up anyway.
I don't see how we can, mate, to be honest.
Ding, ding, ding. You run off with my blue Sharpie.
No, give it back.
So you did.
That's it, my friend, we are officially out of oil.
It will soon go cold, isn't
An
it?
owl shot, when you're out of oil, that's it. That's time to finish.
Well, that's marked that back, so if I don't take that back off, yeah,
What have we marked?
I've marked it round there so we can sit it back on there, can't we?
Wait like that a minute, because you've got to recentre it, haven't you? One way or another. We're just going to have to hope we're somewhere close. Back one's undone.
Yeah, we're off. It's just the oil sticking, I think.
Oh, where are you going with it on here?
So just turn it round on there. Looks pretty good.
What was that?
Oh.
Give a bit of filing, boy. Does it look like it's... I'll tell you what, that's not far off, is it?
No.
A match, you're not quite. Get that other light from over there. It's real dark with this camera for some reason. It seems like they're not quite deep enough.
Yeah. It's so close, isn't it?
For some reason, mate, this camera's really dark. I don't know why.
Is it?
On the screen here, or does it rank to be like, oh, is it? Oh, no, maybe not.
It's a shame it doesn't slot in. Probably next time.
Well, which PTO shaft's it going on?
This one. It's going to actually slide on that.
Well, you either...
See, sideways movement seems alright, doesn't it?
Yeah, we needed a little bit, didn't we? What if you grind the PTO shaft down just a tad?
I could do.
Just cause actually, it's not rounded, is it?
How do you mean?
The tops of the splines.
Well, there could be a little bit, couldn't they?
If they're rounded, we're trying to push rounded thing into a square hole.
Yeah. It's certainly
I
going to
bet
be...
that's what it is, look. Isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because that's going to sink right back here, and then the pump's going to go on this end here. So that sprocket will be here somewhere. But we're there, aren't we? It's it could be just a tadge.
I think it's because the tops of those slots are rounded over.
Do you think I've got the hole big enough? It's the other one when I did it, I cut it 10th thou over.
What do you mean the inner hole?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. Maybe I have to have a look in with a fresh pair of eyes tomorrow or something.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it in the morning.
But either way, you either skim, if it's a bit tight on the bore, skim the inner out, take another 10th thou out of the inner bore of the sprocket, or put that PTO shaft on the surface grinder and just take 10 or 15, 10th thou off the top of each one of them.
Yeah.
Because they're square, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're
These.
roundy.
Perfectly, and they're rounded off, so I wonder if that's what's stopping us. Tell you what though, it's
Looks good, doesn't it?
yeah, I think that's not too bad really. Trouble is with them, you measure 10 different ones, you get 10 different freaking measurements.
Not quite deep enough, are we? $34.6.
We could be getting a bit of bounce on the tools. You're getting there, 34.
Yeah.
And what was you getting across there?
34.79.
Yeah, it could be 0.3 or 4 of a mil shy either side. But that might take into account for the rounded part of the
Yeah.
thing itself, yeah.
Yeah.
I would just grind the tops flat on them splines.
So that's 28.56-ish. So that it looks like the inner is alright, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We just
That's the reason, because when you look at the end of that, they're rounded, look.
yeah.
And the slots that we've got in there are square bottom slots, so you're trying to get a round part. See, it'll go in that way.
Yeah.
When you hold it down, they're all too high, aren't they?
Yeah.
So
Just
a little
pop,
bit of gentle massage, and I
probably
think
pop that in the lathe and just skim that PTO shaft down a tudge.
Will it turn in the lathe?
Yeah, I don't think it's hard. It might be hard. No, it's not hard, is it? That?
No. Skim it up with them.
It'll skim off with carbide, won't it?
taking it off with a file, high speed steel taking it. God, I'm surprised that's as soft as it is.
I suppose if you make them out of being a PTO shaft, then they'll be brittle, won't they? So, right, I think we're done. Yeah, just take it, just past. What are you taking off there now?
0.4 mil. So it's taking 0.2 off each side, which is not a lot. That should be enough, shouldn't it?
What do you reckon?
Right, see if it'll slip on. If it doesn't slip on onto there, then I think you're going to have to do a bit of massaging on it. A little bit.
Right, we've just got to take these eye spots out here. We're making this plate, obviously, and these are just not quite long enough. So we're just going to have to take this little ramp out to try and get my sprocket to come on a little bit further. So we've got maximum mount on this part here. This is going to be my setup. That's going to go in there. And I'm going to clamp that down. So I'm just squaring the V block up. So I think we can safely say that's square. So what we could do is just come onto the shaft. It's saying the shaft's a cup of thou out of line. Try another one. See, they're not perfect. That one isn't even touching. So we've certainly got some discrepancies in the shaft. That one isn't either. It's about 6 thou over the disc of that shaft, but as we're only doing this little short bit here of about 1/4 of an inch, that won't make any difference. Let's just try it from above. Yeah, I'm quite happy that the 5 or 10 thou we've got won't make any difference at all to our tolerances. Try it from above. Yeah, I'm quite happy that the 5 or 10 thou we've got won't make any difference at all to our tolerances. I'm going to index it with a square. That one's not big enough. Right, so I've done 2. We'll take the part out again, index it and back in again. We're running all the measurements off the DRO up here. Just clean it. What I did to get the scribe lines on, I glued the end and then scribed it, so it makes them quite clear. Tighten it down, check again. That's a 7.53 flute end mill we've got there. It's moved. Right, switch off and in we go again. We're just really centering everything up by eye. Off at the high spot. And back. I'm taking about 8 thou out of it. That's a couple of thou. We're running about 1200 revs a minute. Probably could do a little more to be fair. That's about 13. have a check. Right, that was it. Rinse and repeat. So I'll complete you the 3 and then we'll show you what we've done. Right, so that's got another bit done to it. What we've done is just flatten these out now so that they're all nice and level, and that'll allow, when I get in frame, that'll allow this sprocket now to come just past here, another 1/4 of an inch. So we're just taking the bottoms out of them and just taking a little bit off the sides, just to make them a good fit, and it'll be a press fit then. Won't quite go on at the minute because when they're cut everything's round, and we've cut it with a shaper, which obviously these are square, as you can see. So I can probably do a little bit of filing to make it better, or